Ladies, have you ever wondered why his greeting feels different? Why his smile lingers a little longer or his voice softens just for you? Believe it or not, the way a man greets you can reveal his deepest feelings, even the ones he's desperately trying to hide. If he greets you like this, trust me, he's completely obsessed with you. Sometimes, as women, we miss the smallest details because we're too focused on grand gestures. But love often hides in the simplest moments, like a greeting. If you pay attention to how he greets you, you might just uncover a world of unspoken feelings. Before we dive in, if you're done second-guessing his feelings and want to know the truth, make sure to stick around. These signs might just change how you see him forever. Number 1. The overly cheerful greeting. Have you noticed how his whole vibe changes the moment you walk into the room? It's like a sudden burst of energy lights him up, his smile gets wider, his eyes brighter, and his whole demeanor just seems happier. It's not the casual hey he gives to others. No, with you, it's like he's genuinely thrilled to see you. He might even go out of his way to approach you first, eager to share something funny or interesting, just to keep the conversation going. It's not just friendliness, it's his heart racing and his emotions spilling out before he can even think about holding back. He doesn't just greet you, he welcomes you like you're the best part of his day. So, the next time he gives you that overly cheerful greeting, pay attention. It's his heart's way of saying that just seeing you makes his day instantly better. If you are new here, do not forget to subscribe the channel. Number 2. The nervous fumble. Have you ever noticed how he suddenly turns into a clumsy, tongue-tied mess when you're around? Maybe he trips over his own feet, stumbles over his words, or even knocks something over without realizing it. It's like his brain forgets how to function normally the second you're in his line of sight. You might think he's just being awkward, but it's way more than that. His heart is racing, his palms are sweaty, and his mind is spinning with a million thoughts about how not to mess up in front of you. The pressure to make a good impression becomes so intense that it practically short-circuits his usual cool and composed self. He might laugh it off or try to play it cool, but the truth is, his nerves are betraying him. That nervous fumble is his body's way of reacting to how much he likes you, way more than he's willing to admit. It's a clear sign that his feelings run deep, and just being near you leaves him completely flustered. Number 3. The gentle touch on your arm. Have you ever noticed how, when he greets you, his hand lightly brushes your arm or shoulder? It's never too much, just a soft, fleeting touch that almost feels accidental. But trust me, it's no coincidence. That gentle contact is his subtle way of building a connection without coming on too strong. It's as if he can't help but reach out just to feel closer to you, even for a split second. This kind of touch is powerful because it says so much without a single word. It's almost like he's grounding himself, reassuring his mind that you're really there in front of him. You might even feel a little spark when it happens, a tingling sensation that lingers long after his hand leaves your skin. When a guy goes out of his way to include physical contact in his greeting, especially one that's gentle and deliberate, it's a sign of a deeper, magnetic attraction. He craves that closeness, even in the smallest ways, because just being near you makes his heart race. It's more than just a casual gesture, it's his way of saying he can't resist the pull he feels whenever you're around. Number 4. The low, soft voice. Have you noticed how his usual loud and energetic tone suddenly softens when he greets you? It's like his voice lowers just enough to make the moment feel intimate and almost private, even if you're surrounded by people. It's as if he's subconsciously creating a little bubble that's just for the two of you, a space where his words carry a special weight. This change in tone isn't just a random quirk, it's his way of signaling that you're different from everyone else. He might not even realize he's doing it, but it's a dead giveaway that being around you makes him feel more vulnerable and connected. It shows that he's comfortable enough to let his guard down, and he wants you to feel the same. There's something undeniably magnetic about the way his voice softens, like he's trying to make sure that his words reach only you, as if sharing a secret. It's his way of making the moment feel more personal and special because, deep down, he wants you to know that you matter to him in a way that no one else does. Number 5. The eye-locking greeting. Have you ever noticed how his eyes lock onto yours the moment he greets you, almost as if he's seeing straight into your soul? It's not just a passing glance, it's a deep, intense gaze that lingers far longer than usual. You can feel the magnetic pull in the way his eyes seem glued to yours, like he's trying to memorize every detail of your face. It's more than just a casual look, it's his heart's way of screaming, "You completely captivate me." In that moment, nothing else around him seems to exist. His mind is solely focused on you, and his thoughts are racing faster than he can keep up with. You might notice him getting a little lost in the moment, almost forgetting to speak because he's so absorbed in just looking at you. That kind of eye contact isn't easy to fake. It's his way of showing you just how deeply he's drawn to you without saying a single word. It's pure, unguarded admiration, an undeniable sign that you hold his full attention and that his feelings for you run much deeper than he might ever admit. Number 6. The surprise gift greeting. Have you ever been greeted by him with a small, unexpected gift in his hand? Maybe it's your favorite snack, a cute little trinket, or something you casually mentioned liking weeks ago. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, it's the thought behind it that truly matters. This kind of gesture says a lot more than words ever could. It shows that he's been thinking about you even when you're not around, remembering the little details that most people would forget. It's not just about the gift itself, it's about the effort he put into making you smile. He wants to see your reaction, to know that he's brightened your day, even just a little. His heart races as he hands it to you, hoping you'll see how much he cares without him having to spell it out. He's showing you that you're constantly on his mind, and this small act of thoughtfulness is his way of making sure you know just how special you are to him. When a guy greets you with a surprise gift, it's not just a kind gesture, it's a declaration that you mean something to him. It's his way of proving that he pays attention, that he remembers the little things, and that he genuinely wants to make you happy. Number 7. The hands in pockets move. Have you ever noticed how, right after he greets you, his hands almost instinctively slip into his pockets? It's like he's trying to play it cool, but deep down, it's a subtle sign of how nervous he feels around you. This move might seem casual at first, but it's actually his way of keeping his hands from fidgeting or shaking because your presence sets his nerves on edge, in the best possible way. His mind might be racing, wondering how to act normal while his heart is pounding like crazy. He's trying to maintain his composure, but those pockets become his safe zone, a place to tuck his hands away when he doesn't quite know what to do with them. It's a subconscious attempt to hide how anxious and excited he is just being near you. So, the next time you see him do this, know that it's not just a random gesture. It's his body's way of keeping his cool while his emotions are running wild inside. He wants to appear calm and collected, but you've already gotten under his skin, and that little hands in pockets move is his subtle giveaway. Number 8. The lip bite greeting. Have you ever caught him biting his lower lip while greeting you? It might be just a quick, subtle movement, but it speaks volumes about what's going on inside his mind. That slight lip bite is more than just a nervous habit, it's a subconscious reaction to the tension he feels when he's around you. It's like he's holding back his emotions, trying to keep his feelings under control while his heart races faster than he can manage. He might not even realize he's doing it, but it's his body's way of coping with the flood of attraction and excitement that hits him the moment he sees you. There's a certain intensity behind that lip bite, like he's fighting the urge to say or do something more daring. It's almost as if he's trying to hold back from spilling his feelings right then and there. So, when you notice that little gesture, just know that it's not random, it's his way of expressing how hard he's working to keep his cool when all he wants is to show you how much he's drawn to you. Never underestimate how much a simple greeting can reveal about a man's feelings. The way he welcomes you speaks volumes about his emotional attachment and his deep desire to be around you. Whether it's the way his eyes lock onto yours, the gentle touch on your arm, or that nervous fumble when he's trying to act normal, these small, seemingly insignificant gestures carry a lot more meaning than you might think. If you notice any of these signs, don't take them lightly, he might just be completely obsessed with you. His heart races, his thoughts scatter, and his whole demeanor shifts when you're around because you're that important to him. Sometimes, the most subtle actions reveal the deepest feelings, and understanding these cues can give you a glimpse into his hidden emotions. So, the next time he greets you with that overly cheerful smile or a low, soft voice, pay attention. You might just be witnessing his way of saying, without words, that he's falling hard for you. If you enjoyed uncovering these hidden signs of obsession and want more insights into love and relationships, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Your support helps us bring you even more eye-opening content, and we'd love to have you with us on this journey of love and connection.